Hi, my name is Ryan Jensen. I'm pastor at Lawrenceville Presbyterian Church, and I'm here to speak to you about why you should give to the Presbytery. And for me, the Presbytery has been immensely helpful in terms of being connected. When I moved here 4 years ago from LA, Lower Alabama, I didn't know a single soul, and that could be very isolating. I imagine that's what leads a lot of people to being burnt out and frustrated, but that wasn't the case for very long. Through the Presbytery, I was connected to pastors' groups, and I got to know the people in my area as well as the Presbytery as a whole. And that makes a huge difference when you're connected to colleagues and people that you can rely upon, people that you can share stories with, frustrations with, joys with, or just go out for a cup of coffee. So that primarily would be the first difference that the Presbytery made for me, is being connected to the other people in this area. The second thing that helped through the Presbytery is that once you're at a church and once you've been there for a year and once you've had that engagement period, the honeymoon period, that period is eventually over, and then the church is trying to decide what should we do next. They look to the pastor for that, and the pastor needs resources. So that would be where the Presbytery has been very helpful for Lawrenceville Presbyterian Church. We engaged with the church assessment tool, the CAT scan, and went through that process to see what our strengths were, what our weaknesses were, and where we might go in the future. From that, we had small group gatherings that Joy Fisher was there all the way through that process. And then we were connected to the Center for Progressive Renewal, which allowed us to put a plan together and to walk together as a church to get to a place where we had a brand new vision and mission. And those things are now guiding us.
My name is Tom Hagen, and I'm the pastor at Columbia Presbyterian Church, where I've been fortunate to serve for the last 16 years. Just a few years ago, we had some refugee members from Burma come to our church, and we started a Sunday school class for them. But language was always a barrier. Eventually, more and more people came, more Burmese refugees, where today we have 35 active members who are from Burma, as well as many, many children. We recognized that we needed to provide more spiritual leadership and growth opportunities for these members, and that is where the Presbytery stepped in, providing us with two very important grants that will enable us next year to bring a Mizo-speaking pastor from Burma who will come and be a part of our congregation, be a part of our staff, who will provide the spiritual leadership and growth for Mizo-speaking members. This is a time of transition in our church, a time where we want to grow together, not as a multicultural church, but as an intercultural church, which means that we share each other's lives, our stories, and our love of Christ and mission to our neighborhoods. We are grateful to the Presbytery of Greater Atlanta for making this opportunity possible, and we look forward to what God is going to do next year as we welcome this new pastor from Myanmar.
I am Susan Haynes, and I am the interim senior pastor at Newnan Presbyterian. This past year, we have been the recipients of 2 grants from the Presbytery of Greater Atlanta. First, the Presbyterian women received a $5,000 grant from a Presbyterian Answer to Hunger. The grant was divided between 2 local mission programs in Coweta County. Half was given to Bridging the Gap Community Outreach of Coweta County, and $2,500 was given to the New Leaf Community Garden. The youth program of Newnan Presbyterian also received a grant from the Presbytery of Greater Atlanta. The addition of the grant money has allowed Newnan to hire a contract associate pastor for youth and their families, and will help to rebuild a vibrant and much needed youth program at Newnan Presbyterian. Newnan Presbyterian is very grateful for the support of the Presbytery during this critical time in its life. And we are also thankful to all of the churches who continue to provide their support for the Presbytery, so the Presbytery can then provide support to its churches.
There is no doubt about it. that when we all contribute to the presbytery, when we all share our resources with the presbytery, it's amazing how that turns around and comes back to each of our churches. God has blessed us.
So for those two reasons, the support that the presbytery gives to its pastors and the support that the presbytery gives to its churches, this is why it is so vital that we all support one another by giving to the presbytery so that we all may help one another as we figure out who to be and who we're called to be in the years to come.